What is up, guys, and welcome back to part 10 of my F1 2016 career mode. If you have missed the previous 9 episodes, then you can click the little card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens to pretty much go catch up with everything that's happened over the season so far. But we're here at the British Grand Prix, my home Grand Prix of course, and we'll be looking to get a good result here after pretty much 2 podium finishes on the bounce. So a very good result for us at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and at the Austrian Grand Prix. So fantastic results there, mainly down to strategy, a little bit of luck as well. But this time around at the British Grand Prix, I don't think I'm going to have the same sort of luck, because safety car doesn't usually come out at the British Grand Prix. We've only seen it rarely over the last couple of years, so I'm not expecting a safety car. If it does come out, then we could really push a good strategy and try and get maybe into the top 5 or something, but we're just going to have to wait and see. There's no R&D because we didn't upgrade the car after the Austrian Grand Prix, because we didn't have enough resource points, so we're just going to head straight into practice for the British Grand Prix.
Welcome to Silverstone, home of Formula One racing in Great Britain, where shortly we're expecting the cars to appear for today's practice session. Not only is Silverstone one of the oldest circuits in the Formula One World Championship, but it's also home to some of the most iconic corners, and none more so than Maggots and Beckett's. This is a high-speed sequence of left, right, left, tightening corners that lead into Chapel, and then of course the long hanger straight.
The high speeds of this sequence demands extreme skill and precision from the driver. Getting this wrong will affect the momentum all the way down the hanger straight, which is also a DRS zone.
So here we are in the first practice session, just going through the track acclimatization, and we've already got the green score on our second lap, I think it was, of this track acclimatization. Coming through the last couple of corners, losing the back end just a little bit, but down across the line, and we managed to get the purple score, which is absolutely fantastic, maximizing the amount of research and development points that we can get for that objective in this session. Then we went out and we did the tyre wear management, which was really difficult. We'll see, as you can see, we got purple in the first one, which was fantastic. And then through the rest of them, we managed to get the times. We just couldn't get the tyre wear. Tyre wear was absolutely awful at this circuit. It was completely red all the way up until the last one, which was green. And it did not help that Felipe Massa was always trying to overtake us and then just back off as well. So that was really annoying, because Felipe Massa pretty much got in the way the whole time. So we couldn't complete that. And unfortunately, we couldn't get the qualifying one done either. We just really struggled to get the lap times. So there we are, down in 21st position after the first practice session, a 1:37.1, only beating Rio Haryanto, and he was on the hard tyres where we were on the medium. So we've got a lot to improve on as the session and as the weekend goes on. So we'll be looking to do that in qualifying, and hopefully we can get into Q2 and possibly into Q3, because that's where our car should be. We're in a car that should be getting into Q3 quite regularly. So, you know, that's where we need to be, and hopefully we can achieve those objectives as we head over to qualifying. Just before we head into qualifying, though, we've got a few R&D points from those practice sessions and those practice objectives. So we're thinking about maybe upgrading the chassis weight or upgrading the downforce, because those are the sort of tracks that are coming up. You know, we do need to improve the downforce on our car. We've upgraded the straight line speed quite a lot, so we're quite quick in a straight line now. But I think it's about time that we started to pay a bit of attention to the downforce, and then by the time we get to Belgium and Italy, we'll start thinking about straight line speed again, because, you know, they are very fast circuits. So that's what we're going to do, especially heading in towards Hungary at the moment. We do need to have a lot of downforce on the car. So I was a bit unsure which one to go for, whether to go for chassis weight or downforce. And in the end, I decided to go for chassis weight, just because on the vehicle performance, it will put us above Williams if they don't improve their car next time around at the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're at Britain now, so yeah, at the Hungarian Grand Prix. So that's what we decided to do, upgrade the chassis weight, and hopefully at the Hungarian Grand Prix we should move above Williams in the research and development race. But without any further ado, it's time for qualifying for the British Grand Prix.
It's a Saturday afternoon here at Silverstone, and that means it's time for today's qualifying. Enjoy the action.
Here we are then in the first qualifying session. We would like to get out of Q1 and straight into Q2 as early as possible, hopefully put in a lap straight away and then just save the tyres for the race. But judging by our pace in practice, I'm not too sure whether that's going to be possible. It might take a couple of laps just to really get out there, get up to speed, and then hopefully get into Q2. I'm not too sure about Q3 at the moment. We need a little bit of luck to get through into there. But we're just going to head out on track and really just see how this session goes. So here we are then, ending our first lap here in qualifying, coming down towards the final corner, across the line. What is the time going to be? It's a 1:34.843. It's the slowest lap time at the moment in the session, and unfortunately we are definitely going to have to improve on that. And here we go, coming around the final corner for our second lap, right at the end of the session, down towards the line. Is it going to be an improvement? It is an improvement, but what sort of time is it good enough for? It's good enough for 8th position, which is absolutely fantastic. Not only did that get us into Q2, but if we can keep that sort of lap time up, we should be able to get into Q3 as well, which is fantastic news going into Q2. So 8th position into Q2. I think my teammates into Q2 as well. So good job for the Renault to get into Q2, and let's see if we can get into Q3 as well. Here we are then, ending our first and only lap in this Q2 session. Coming around the final corner, it's not been the best of laps, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough to get us into Q3. And what time is it? It's only good enough for 15th position, which is not good news at all. That means we are out of Q2 and pretty much right to the back of Q2 as well. Look, there we are. So Jolyon Palmer manages to get into Q3, which is a little bit disappointing as well. At least Felipe Massa, though, didn't get into Q3 because he is, of course, my rival, so that would definitely help us out in the race. But there we are, down in 15th position. Not the best qualifying sessions here today. You know, if I got maybe 12th or above, I would have been pretty happy with that. But 15th, you know, there's not really much difference between 15th and getting out of Q1. So a little bit disappointing, but we'd be looking to do better in the race. But we tend to get better results in the race than in qualifying, which is a little strange. But it's happened really since the Spanish Grand Prix. You know, we had a really bad qualifying session there. We had a bad race there. But after then, you know, we've had bad qualifying sessions and then much better races. So that's really since the main upgrades have come in. Obviously, Jolyon Palmer's right up at the top now. I think he got into 5th position in the Austrian Grand Prix, and this time he's got into Q3 once again, so that's a fantastic job for him. But recently, we do need to pick up the pace in qualifying in order to beat our rival, because that's where we'll lose out massively, and then when it comes to the race, that is when we are absolutely smashing it. So we need to just work on our qualifying pace, and that will really help us out in the race as well. But without any further ado, let's head over to the race for the British Grand Prix.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, along with 2 DRS zones on the Wellington and Hanger Straights respectively. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. With me today is a man who's no stranger to the thrills of Silverstone. He's a past winner here in sports cars, of course. It's our good friend Anthony Davidson. You seem particularly excited. Is there something you want to tell me?
Oh, just looking forward to it, Crofty. It's always a very special atmosphere, and also I started karting in the late 1980s, and I was here for that epic race in 1986 with Nancy and Piquet fighting each other right here at my home Grand Prix. So coming back to Silverstone always means a lot, and looking at the crowd today, it's clear that none of that spirit has been lost. And also, we just have such a fantastic field this year. Some very close competition and conditions that should make for some great racing. I can't wait.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
It's race time here at the British Grand Prix, starting down in a very, very disappointing 15th position in my home Grand Prix. I would have been hoping for a little bit better, but, you know, we tend to do a lot better in the races than we do in qualifying, so we'll be looking to do just that here today. We'll be looking to get maybe past a few people down the Wellington Straight and maybe get into the top 10 around then. Hopefully, if some people crash out as well, we can get some more positions. But just having a look at the race strategy for today, it's not going to rain at all, which is absolutely fantastic at the moment. And we didn't really want to start on the soft tyres straight away. We didn't want to go for that strategy because we're so far back. We wanted to start on the medium, try and get track position, and try and do less stops as well. But the less stop would be a 1 stop. I'm not too sure whether we will be able to get the tyres to last. So we were struggling. Then we managed to get it onto the mediums for a 2 stop on the mediums and then onto the hards at the end of the race. We thought that was a pretty good strategy. And if we can make the tyres last, then we might be able to make that into a 1 stop strategy and just see how the race went on. But here we are getting on board with the formation lap. And all the other guys ahead of us starting to pull away. And we're just going to get on with our own sort of strategy, you know, get on with our own procedure. Just warm up the tyres, warm up the brakes, and just try and do that as soon as possible. And then just form our way all the way back to the grid and try and get a fantastic start off the line. Here we are on the grid as the lights start to come on. It's 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go for the British Grand Prix. The lights held for a very, very long time there. It looks like we've already got the jump on Roman Grosjean as we go down in towards turn 1. And a Force India there off, I think, which is Nico Hulkenberg around the outside of Esteban Gutierrez, right behind our teammate now. And unfortunately, we've been given a yellow flag for illegal overtaking just because the yellow flag was out. And we got past Esteban Gutierrez, which was a little bit annoying because we had the move done, but we're just going to have to try and do it again, round through the loop on the left-hand side. Got the job done on Esteban Gutierrez. They're losing the back end just a little bit of kick there from the rear end. Now, up next for us is our sort of championship rival of Carlos Sainz, which we will be looking to try and get past the next couple of laps. Let's just have a little look at a replay of what's happened here on the start. So, the lights coming on, lights out, and away we go. And just watching board on the Haas of Roman Grosjean. So, he gets off to a poor start. I get past him. He moves over into one Force India, hits the other, and that is his race over already before he's even got in towards turn 1. Roman Grosjean, what were you doing down there? So, here we go. A terrible start from Roman Grosjean. I get past him on the left-hand side. He moves over to the right, just straight into Nico Hulkenberg. Just no reason for that, moving over into Nico Hulkenberg. He has so much space and puts him into the left, puts him into the path of Sergio Perez. And unfortunately for him, he loses his front left tyre. Let's just have a look on board with Sergio Perez. A lot of wheel spin from the back of my Renault there, just really revving the tyres and getting the tyres alight. And there's Roman Grosjean Haas just spinning it around. That's really hurt Sergio Perez's race as well. He's broken his front wing. He's going to be driving really, really slowly. But here we go, cutting to the end of lap 1. And right on the back of Jolyon Palmer's Carlos Sainz. They bat it out for 9th position. But we're going to have a little dart up the inside in towards Club and Vale. And it looks like we're going to get the job done. It's still side by side, but they've given up on the position. And I've moved up into 9th position. Two overtakes in one corner. Absolutely fantastic through there. And now we are up into 9th position, hunting down Valtteri Bottas. Not too sure whether we are going to be able to get the Williams drive. So we're watching on board with, is this Max Verstappen? Yes, it is Max Verstappen going for an overtake on Lewis Hamilton. Up the inside, down in towards Stowe. Can he get the job done into the corner? Just a little bit of a correction there on the wheel. And he just gets a tap there from Lewis Hamilton. But it's enough to lose him 3 positions there to his teammate and the 2 Ferraris, and that's put him under pressure from Valtteri Bottas and Danny Kvyat, as there's a few guys coming into the pits right now. That bumps me up into 6th position due to my strategy of being on the medium, so that is really, really good news. We're watching on board with a manner of, I think, Pascal Wehrlein going for an overtake on the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson. So here he goes, moving to the right-hand side. No, it's Felipe Nasser that he's going for a move on. Up the inside, in towards Stowe. Or a little tap, just like what happened to Max Verstappen, but more of a spin here from Pascal Wehrlein. And that's brought out the safety car. That was enough to bring out the safety car. Wow, that's great news for us. And I just want to explain myself. At this stage, I thought I was leading the race. I thought everyone coming to the pits. So I was just like, I need to get in front of the safety car. Otherwise, my strategy is going to be ruined. And it was only until a little bit later that I found out that I was actually in 3rd. I didn't actually have to, rush to get past the safety car. But that is why I cut the first corner, just because I thought I really had to get in front of the safety car. And then they gave me an option to change my strategy. And I think we will go for the free stopper. But if I'm really entirely honest, I think I might come into on the hard tyres and see if I can make them last till the end of the race. So that is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to come into the pits at the end of this lap and just see whether I can make those hard tyres last all the way to the end of the race. And if I can, I might be able to get a better position than 3rd, which would be absolutely fantastic because everyone's going to be bunched up by the safety car. I don't think I'm going to lose so many positions because if you saw on the minimap, everyone is being held up by the safety car. They're still being held up now as they go down in towards Brooklands and Lovefield. So that's absolutely fantastic for me. I only have a couple of drivers behind me. I think all of those guys are coming into the pits anyway, so I should come out in 3rd position. So we are legitimately fighting for 3rd position in this race, which is absolutely fantastic news as we come into the pits for our first and should be only pit stop in this race if we can make the hard tyres last all the way to the end of the race. So if we can do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. And we may have just played the strategy absolutely amazingly once again for the 3rd race in a row. But here we go, coming out of the pits now behind the Williams of Felipe Massa, our rival. So he has actually got the jump on us, which is a little bit disappointing in this race, but we will be hoping to try and get past him on the safety car restart as we come out of this very, very slow pit lane. Silverstone is probably one of the slowest and longest pit lanes on the whole entire calendar, which is really, really frustrating because you just want to keep on, you just want to get going once again. And here we are cutting to the safety car restart. So all of us bunched up. Sebastian Vettel leading the pack at the moment. We are right behind Felipe Massa, just waiting for the safety car restart, just trying to pull alongside him, maybe get a jump on him very, very early down in towards Club and Vale. It's green, and away we go once again for the British Grand Prix as we dart it up the inside in towards Club and Vale. And there we go, it's job done. It's an easy move there on Felipe Massa, and it looks like Nico Hulkenberg had a little look up the inside as well, following me through that corner. And there we go, up into 3rd position and trying to hunt down the 2 Ferraris. But now Nico Rosberg has got through the pack, and he is hunting me down for 3rd position in this this race. It should be an easy move for the Mercedes driver. Obviously, there's so much faster in that Mercedes, so it should be a fairly easy move to go down in towards Wellington Straight. He pulls over to the left-hand side. I'm going to try and hold it around the outside for as long as possible under braking, but it's not possible. I might even have a look at a cutback move just in towards Luffield now, trying to cut it back once again, get good acceleration out of the corner, but unfortunately they're not able to do that, and Nico Rosberg should take third position away from me. But we are getting in the slipstream at the moment as we go down in towards Copse Corner, in towards the old turn 1, down through this corner now, just dropping it into the brakes a little bit, just underperforming in the car right now, and unfortunately Nico Rosberg has got that third position away from us. There's a few more guys coming into the pits. That means we got back past Nico Rosberg once again. He's coming into the pits as we're trying to make these hard tyres last till the end of the race. They actually wanted me to come into the pits on lap 16, 10 laps after the pit stop phase, and go on to the mediums to the end, which would be another 10 laps. And I just thought that was just a little bit pointless. But everyone else coming into the pits at the moment, and we should get the lead of the race right now. Whether we can hold on to it or not, I'm not too sure. I mean, Sebastian Vettel will be absolutely flying on these fresher set of hard tyres, and here he is on the back of me right now, going through Club and Vale, down across the start finish line and down in towards turn 1. So here he is following in the slipstream. Might have a look in towards turn 1, though he thinks better of it just because he's not close enough, and it's a very, very fast corner. You have to be very, very brave if you want to go through for a move down in towards turn 1. And here we go, coming into towards the loop now, just before the Wellington Straight. Sebastian Vettel rides my tail, and he should be able to go for a move down in towards Brooklands and then Luffield. So we're just going to have to wait on board as Sebastian Vettel gets it lined up through the left-hander, down the Wellington Straight, following in the slipstream. He's got DRS activated, pulls over to the right-hand side. We're going to hold up the inside in towards Brooklands, under braking so late. Oh, he's just going to make the corner. Yes, we do, and great defending there down in towards Brooklands and Luffield. But whether we'll be able to hold on to it through Copse, we're just going to have to wait and see, as Sebastian Vettel is once again on my tail, following in the slipstream, down across the old start finish straight, down in towards the old turn 1. Here we go, on board Sebastian Vettel. He flicks it to the left, then to the right, going up the inside, and there we go, a great move from Sebastian Vettel up the inside in towards Copse Corner, and that is the job done for the lead of the race. We're just going to follow behind him, might be able to get a move done through the hanger straight, but Sebastian Vettel giving us a little brake check, and that sort of put me off balance through Maggots and Beckett's there and into Chapel, and we've lost so much time to Sebastian Vettel through there that we are not going to be able to go for a move in towards that corner. But now we're watching on board our championship rival of Carlos Sainz. He's trying to get past his teammate of Danny Kvyat. He's going up the inside in towards Copse Corner. Is he going to get the job done? No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's actually clipped his teammate, and that is unfortunate there for Carlos Sainz. He's clipped his teammate, spun it around, and he is definitely out of the points right now. Very, very disappointing for the Toro Rosso driver. Now we are under pressure from the other Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen, who's going to follow us through the old turn 1 in towards turn 2 and then turn 3. He's still right on my tail at the moment, just going through the right hander now in towards the loop corner. Will Kimi Räikkönen be able to get a move done in towards this left hander? We're just going to have to wait and see as we watch on board with the Ferrari driver through the loop. Now down towards the Wellington Straight. Will he have the slipstream and DRS? Yes, he will. Pulls over to the right-hand side. Will he? No, he flicks it to the left. He does a little bit of a dummy move. We defend on the outside. Can we hold it? We're going to try maybe a cutback move once again in towards the left and then the right of Luffield. We're just trying to hold it round the outside, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And there we go. Kimi Räikkönen surely has got second place in the race as we lose the back end just a little bit, following in the slipstream down towards Copse Corner, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We are going to get gain on him just a little bit, but in terms of going for an overtake, I don't think that we've got it in the tyres, and no, we haven't. There we go, running it wide. And there we go. Kimi Räikkönen takes second place away from us, and we're just going to have to settle for third for the time being. But here we go. Nico Rosberg is going to try and take that podium away from us. We're on lap 23 at the moment. Nico Rosberg darts it to the right-hand side, going down in towards Stowe. We're just going to hold it behind him through Stowe. Maybe try a cutback move on this guy. They've not worked today, and unfortunately Nico Rosberg has got second position as we run it wide on the exit of Stowe. And we just have to concede that position to the Mercedes driver. There is no point battling him because our tyres are looking worse for wear at the moment. We really need to look after them at the moment as we come around the final corner to end, the final couple of corners to end lap 25 and start the final lap here in the race. And just look at our tyres. The front left 63%, front right 45, 52 on the rear left, and 47 on the rear right. I'm not liking the 63% on that front left at the moment. We just need to really look after those tyres. I think when it gets to around 70, that is when it is literally going to explode. So we just need to be aware of that. This could be a don't let the tyres explode challenge, because we are just trying to tyre conserve so much, and that is going to put us under pressure from Daniel Ricciardo, who is coming at us like a steam train right now. He is so quick on this circuit compared to us on those fresher, harder tyres, and we're just going down the Wellington straight at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo probably has about a 3-second gap to him at the moment. 7 seconds is the gap to Daniel Ricciardo right now, which he has just closed into 3 seconds as he came across that line. So it went from 7 seconds across the start-finish line down to 3 in the space of a couple of corners. So Daniel Ricciardo breathing right on our neck at the moment on the final lap of this British Grand Prix. Will we be able to hold on to 4th position? I really hope so, but the tyre wear is a real issue right now. 64% now on the front left, just gone up to 65, so we are really struggling with the tyre wear, and it's going to get a hell of a lot worse through Max and Beckett's, because there is so much strain on the tyres through these corners. So we just need to be a little bit careful through this left than the right. We're just sort of taking it easy, but that's going to put us under even more pressure from the Red Bull of Daniel Ricciardo, and there he is right on our tail. There he is, very, very close to us at the moment. We've got a couple of corners left to go of this race. We come in towards Stowe. Daniel Ricciardo putting us under so much pressure. I don't think Max Verstappen will be able to get us unless our tyres pop on the last couple of corners. So we just need to be a little bit conservative as we go into the final couple of corners. There you go, through the left. You can just see Daniel Ricciardo gaining so much on us, but I don't think it's going to be enough unless the tyres go. Can we hold on to the tyres? Yes, we can. We're going to come across the line for a fantastic 4th position in my home Grand Prix.
Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Tell me, Ash, what was the key to this success?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
So another great race there at the British Grand Prix. Fantastic result for us, getting 4th position, managing to make those hard tyres last from lap 6 all the way to lap 26, a whole 20 laps on those tyres, and it was a fantastic strategy, getting us 4th position at the end of the day. If we didn't do that, I don't know where we would have finished, because, you know, that safety car just pulled out a little bit of strategy, and that we managed to make that work to our advantage and get a fantastic result for Renault in this race. Sebastian Vettel, though, he went on to win the race, with Kimi Raikkonen finishing in 2nd, with Nico Rosberg in 3rd, getting the final podium position. We finished in 4th with Daniel Ricciardo in 5th, Max Verstappen 5th, Valtteri Bottas gets 7th with Felipe Massa in 8th, Jolyon Palmer, my teammate, gets his first point of the season, 2 points for him after finishing in 9th. Absolutely fantastic result for my teammate, with Danny Kvyat getting 10th and getting the final championship point. Lewis Hamilton at his home Grand Prix as well, also just missing out on the points. Jenson Button down in 14th position, and then we had our only DNF of the race, which was Romain Grosjean, and Sergio Perez right to the back of the field after his race was pretty much ruined by Romain Grosjean going down in towards turn 1. Let's have a look at how this affects the driver's standings. And in the driver's standings, we are still in 6th position, but we have a fantastic margin over Carlos Sainz. 22 points is the gap over him at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant at the halfway stage of the season. Daniel Ricciardo dropping off massively as well. We did manage to get a good amount of points here today, but he didn't actually gain points on us, so that's fantastic news. Max Verstappen, Kimi Raikkonen, Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and Nico Rosberg. I mean, we are gaining on some of those guys, but we're not going to be challenging for them with the championship, so we're just going to ignore those guys. 6th position is a fantastic result. I think Daniel Ricciardo will overtake us as the season goes on, but if we can hold on to 6th, it will be absolutely fantastic result. But if we just look at the top of the standings at the moment, Nico Rosberg and Sebastian Vettel are both tied for points right at the top of the standings, which is brilliant for the championship. And Lewis Hamilton is only 7 points behind as well. I know he was leading the championship, so he's going to be a little bit disappointed he's lost that lead, but he's very, very close. So it's very, very close between the top 3 for the championship, and that's going to get very, very exciting as we go into the final couple of races. But just having a look at how this affects us in the constructors standings. And in the constructors standings, we're still in 5th position, moving us even further away from Williams Racing, which is absolutely fantastic. They are 8 points behind us in the championship at the moment, so we're not quite got the job done yet. But we are also catching up to Scuderia Toro Rosso. We are only 4 points behind them at the moment. So another good couple of races in the Hungarian and German Grand Prix, then we can definitely catch them up, especially with those points from Jolyon Palmer as well. If he can carry on scoring points in this season, then we shall definitely be challenging Toro Rosso for that 4th position. I'm not too sure about Williams. I mean, they might be able to get us back in the next couple of races. You know, they should really be getting better results. They've not had the best couple of races, but, you know, we're very, very happy in 5th position at the moment. If we can get 4th, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But that's it for today's British Grand Prix. Let's head back to the menus. Having a look at the driver rivalry update, and unfortunately, you know, we didn't have the fastest lap in that race, and that's going to really hurt us against Felipe Massa. And there he goes, just got the fastest lap against us. We actually got fastest through Sector 2 and Sector 3, but unfortunately that just tipped it, and unfortunately we have lost out to Felipe Massa for the 2nd time in a row. So we've lost 2 rivalries against Felipe Massa, but now we're in a better car. And if we can hook down qualifying, then hopefully we can try and get past him as well. We have 315 resource points at the moment, so I don't think we're going to be upgrading anything on the car. I don't think we can even upgrade the fuel efficiency on a car, but, you know, that's an upgrade that we don't really need to talk about till later on in the season. I think for the next one, we will probably go for, if we can get it done before the German Grand Prix, we might go for the monkey seat, but I'm thinking maybe go for the engine power or drag before Belgium and Italy. So that's probably what we're going to do. And then when we come to Singapore, then we'll start thinking about downforce once again. But that is it for today's British Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, subscribe to my channel if you are new around here. We've had so much Formula 1 content across the past week. We're going to have even more across this weekend. Yes, I did kind of miss a couple of uploads in the last couple of days. I said that I was going to do it every day, and I missed Thursday, I believe. And then Friday, I was going to try and have a double upload, but unfortunately, I couldn't get that possible once again. I didn't get it finished till late on in the day, and by the time it would have got uploaded, it would have been like 10:30, 11. There's not really any point. So there will be there's been a double upload today, with the Austrian Grand Prix being earlier and British being today. And of course, we will have the Hungarian Grand Prix tomorrow on the Sunday, of course. So we are keeping up with the upload every day of the career mode, and that will continue for the whole entire season 1 and maybe even season 2 as well. We'll just have to wait and see for that. But yeah, I will see you next time at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Until then, though, it's goodbye from me.